Good morning. Welcome to our Toss Anthony said. We're going to have a safe conversation. For those that are new to the channel, we have mental health conversations and content that's going to be beneficial to your personal development, in addition to your well-being, right? But in today's conversation, we're going to be talking about what does my body need right now, right? So often, our bodies are constantly communicating to us, right? The question is whether we learn to what? We listen. Let's be real, that's a fact. You feel me? So some of us out here are pushing through, you feel me? Trying to get more money, trying to do whatever we got to do, right? To get to the other side of whatever we're looking for, whatever we desire. But we got to be real with ourselves, right? We need to understand what burnout is, right? We got to slow down, right? So really understand your capacity, really knowing to get that rest, really to understand to read your body and get this awareness, right? So you're not the only one, so let's normalize this experience, right? So many people ignore their body's signals, and you know what I mean, to keep their daily demands, trying to keep pushing through, like I said, right? But it is common to push through that fatigue, that hunger, that tension, or even that stress. But over time, like I said, disconnecting from your body can make it harder to recognize what you truly need. Some of us, like I said, are in repetition. We're going to work, we're doing what we used to do, and we're just, we're just prone to be in this comfortability state. But like I said too, we don't want to lose sight of your reality in addition to what's going on with you, your body, your internal, with your capacity, etc., right? I think it's really important for us to have solitude, detach, get away from the noise, sometimes even detach from just, you feel me, the environment. Let's be real. That's why that when we go on vacations, it hits different, right? It really hits us different. We're able to come back with more of a fresh mindset because we need to detach, we need to unplug, right? Even from the phones, right? Even from dysfunctional dynamics, you feel me? So let's just be real with ourselves. Let's understand what's going on. Let's be more intuitive. But like I said, let's just find an area where we're able to, like I said, get into nature. If you let the birds chirp, get around the water, whether you're at a beach, whether you're at a pond, and really sit with yourself and really build this rapport with yourself, because this is very important, right? So I really want you guys to have this attachment for your body, because it's really important, right? When it comes to psychoeducation, the body often communicates through, the sensations before that conscious is able to recognize what's happening emotionally, right? Like I said, so it's really important for, like I said, to recognize what's going on with our body and what's going on with the stress that's going on with us, right? Because it will manifest in different ways. For instance, I say to someone, right, you may not even play football in your life, but you won't look like a football player, if you know what I mean. Them shoulder blades, you feel me? The tension of the stress, like I said, it manifests off the body. So stress can show up, like I said, that muscle tension, headaches, shallow breathing, digestion changes, right? Or even that fatigue, like your body just is starting to break down. You feel me? So I really want us to understand that, you feel me? We need to slow down, make sure we're taking care of our body on a healthy aspect. We're putting the good things into our body so we can feel good, right? But we know when to slow down and get that rest, that proper sleep, right? And if we're not getting that proper sleep, we need to see, you feel me? A doctor perhaps, right? So we're able to, like I said, mediate these areas in our lives, so we're able to have a straight balance and that good rapport with our body, right? So meeting basic physical needs supports emotional regulation and clear thinking. This is why it's really important for us we got to spend time when it comes to working out, right? Breaking that stress, that cortisol from our body, right? I always say people too that depression and anxiety usually comes when you stagnate, when you isolated, when you just be by yourself, right? So it's very important to get active, you feel me? Get active, break that cortisol, break that stress, interact with people, make sure we're getting our basic needs met, right? This can keep our vibration, our frequency up, right? So it's really important, like I said, to move around and build this rapport with your body, right? Smoothies, you feel me? Y'all know what's up, right? So make sure we're taking care of our body, getting the greens, you feel me? Could really be beneficial, right? So, like I said, listening to your body, like I said, isn't a luxury. It's a really important aspect of care, that self-care for that mental and that physical wellness as well, right? So, like I said, when it comes to the physicality and when it comes to the mental health, they go in hand. They're like the best friends type stuff, or, you feel me? So I really want us to understand that in a sense, right? So, like I said, adequate sleep, that nourishment in regards to nutrition, you feel me? That junk food, there's a time and a place for that, you dig? But we got to make sure we're getting that nutrition, right? That movement, that hydration, that water, keyword water. Some of us out here consistently keep drinking the sugary drinks, the energy drinks, the consistent coffee, you feel me? Like, make sure you're getting that water to be able to kind of neutral things out for the body, so you're able to, like I said, your internal organs, they feel refreshed, you dig? In addition to, at the same time, to make sure we're getting sleep, not moments of sleep, but that sleep. We need that real sleep to be able to get our body recalibrated, so we're able to, consistently do what we got to do on the back end, right? But moving forward in regards to possible practical reframes, I really want us to be able to, like I said, start listening, right, instead of pushing our body, right? So before asking, how can I push through this? How can I get through this, right? We need to start asking ourselves, right, what is my body telling me right now? And let's be real, 9 times out of 10, the body's telling us to stop. Like, we're done, but you just keep going through. And that's what I'm saying. For those out there that push themselves to that burnout, or just they navigate themselves to that burnout, it could take you time to find yourself and to get back to the get back, right? It could take months, weeks, who knows, right? So like I said, it's really important for ourselves to like know how to regulate ourselves, know when to enough's enough, stop, get that rest, so we have enough energy to do what we got to do, right? The money will come, things will come, things, you feel me? But you need to have a positive approach on how you're going to do things. Also, too, knowing when to set boundaries, right? Just because someone gives you an opportunity and says, can you do something, doesn't mean you got to just jump and say yes, right? And if we're prone to, come from a dynamics, or we're prone to be manipulated or seeking validation, whatever, like your reasons, let's get some clarity. Let's get that awareness, y'all. Let's figure out, why do we do what we do? Right? That's why I'm asking you guys to have that time for solitude, to really build this awareness with yourself, because, you feel me? Like, who are you pleasing? You feel me? Make sure you're taking care of yourself. You are a priority, you feel me? And without you, you can't do what you do. You feel me? For those out there that have family dynamics as well, or in the family dynamic, right? Without you, you wouldn't be able to provide. So I'm just really trying to, like I said, get real, like build this real criteria. And like I said, responding to your needs is going to be able to help improve your wellness, right? In addition to how you're going to be able to handle life with this resilience and its demands, right? So like I said, please build rapport with your body, right? So practical examples I want to be able to provide with you to get real with this, like I said, is that when you're feeling exhausted, right? Or may need to, like I said, restore that sleep. When you're feeling restless, you may need to, like I said, take that moment. For me, take a little walk, spin around the block, you feel me? Get away. When you're feeling tense, you may, like, for those out there that just get angry, please work on that breathing, for me, taking a break, finding a best response. Sometimes we just walking away, you feel me? We don't need to get ourselves into the pig pen, right? We could navigate ourselves out. We don't need to get ourselves dirty. We don't need ourselves to get in the mix. We don't need ourselves to get tore from the floor. We don't need ourselves to put ourselves in a compromised situation, you feel me? We can choose, and we can choose how to respond and react, right? Feeling from that mental fog, like I said, take a break, let's get away. I mean, let's get some nutrients in our body, let's get some good food in our body, that water, you feel me? Get away from that screen, feel me? That's enough screen time for our eyes are cooked, you feel me? So like let's find different ways how we're gonna be able to respond to different situations so our body's able to feel good and neutral. Micro action, we want to be able to take consideration too, because when we know better, we tend to what? We tend to do better, right? So like I said, find a moment, get away, detach, get away from the the chaos, the nonsense, right? And find a time where you're able to have that silence amongst yourself and ask yourself some of these questions, right? What does my body feel right now? Where am I holding, the tension? Where's the stress at? Head, lower back, you heard? You know what I mean? What is one small thing I could do for my body to be able to get that benefit for today? For those out there, y'all working hard, you feel me? Y'all got that money in the account, you feel me? Get you a massage, you feel me? If you ain't got money, like I said, go to nature, take a walk, take a hike, you feel me? Detach from the city life, get away, clear your mind, you feel me? Pour this positivity, encouragement into your soul, like you feel me? Like come on, y'all. Simple things that we're able to do is gonna be able to help us, by what? Taking action. Examples again, it's like I said, drinking some water, right? Taking 5 slow breaths, get ourselves recalibrated with our body, right? Stretching the body, stretching your shoulders, you're rolling your neck. Eating a nourishing meal. Y'all know what's up when y'all eat a good meal, you feel me? Grandma, y'all, yeah, RIP, but it's like real spoon. It's, oh my gosh, when you get that good food, y'all know what's up. You're not chewing, you're hungry, you heard? So it's like, really take care of yourself, y'all. Stepping out, get some fresh air. Sometimes the house could just be too tense, you feel me? Get some fresh air, take a nice little walk, give yourself the permission to rest. You deserve it, you feel me? Like, for those out there that keep getting overtime, you're working yourself to, like, slow it down. Let's get some rest. Like I said, small acts of self-care can really be able to, like I said, build the trust with yourself, build support yourself, and over time, it's going to make the difference. You got to pour back into yourself. Without you, what can we do, right? Self-love, self-care, you are a priority. We got to start, like I said, being more intuitive with ourselves, right? So coming to a close, like I said, your body is not just an obstacle to overcome. It's not just a body just to be able to use like a machine. Like, you're not a robot. You're a human being. Let's take care of ourselves, you dig? So this is part of your wellness. This is part of your well-being, right? We got to get more active as well. America, we have also to have a crisis that, you feel me? We're talking about in regards to obesity. So let's try to find a way we're able to improve our wellness and our health at the same time, right? Let's build this rapport with our body, right? If you found this video beneficial, give it a thumbs up, share if possible, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed.